So it's actually the Chinor who are asking for the migration treaty my vassal. Now these guys are repugnant. Their traits are pretty good though. But do I really want repugnant species on my planets? Because that's going to lower my happiness. Probably not. I could maybe genetically engineer them eventually to get rid of the repugnant trait. But I would probably prefer other species than them on my worlds anyway. So I don't think I'm going to accept that. If we go to the species thing as well, you can see you can't quite modify people yet. We need gene tailoring. If there was a non-sentient species within our empire, though, I would be able to uplift them, but it's not the case, sadly. I need to get exploring and find them. Said that, let's have a look what scientists. There aren't any scientists that I want to hire, sadly. There. And I need 160, don't I, for the capital building? I actually need to be saving up for that now to get the extra influence. So I need 1,000, 160 after sticking the right guy here. That guy who's not even on a planet. What's just made? Mining station was made there finally. Okay. Takvan has actually got 5 population, so I could be making a capital building here, but instead of a shelter. I'm gonna wait though. We're only 4 off doing the upgrade on silver, so I'm gonna actually move the this governor over to there and wait a month and then upgrade this. So yeah, we're in shape to do this now, which is fantastic. Get an extra influence point off the Empire capital building. I believe you can only make this on capital as well. So you get a ton of extra adjacency and extra influence. Planet modifier for ethics. Sadly, it's not system-wide. Actually, I could have ethics problems later on in this game because we don't have any bonuses here. And the further away we colonize and get territory, the worse our ethics, or more divergent our ethics become. And when that happens, you get rebellions. In theory. There's colony ship done on Takavan as well, which I seemingly had missed. Let's get this to that planet. Okay, so move there, and I'm actually out of influence. Right, so yeah, hopefully that gets built pretty soon, and I can get the influence back and start hiring scientists. Actually, we're almost at an election. 07 it happens, so that's pretty good timing. We can get a mandate. Hopefully it's a mining mandate. I think there's mines left all over the place. Not many, but there might be enough to get the mandate. That's actually within my territory now. I guess I'll wait just in case. That's could be soon within our territory, which is what I was hoping for by colonizing here. Let's get that colony ship over to that one. Okay, so I need about 100 influence for all the stuff I got on the go at the moment. Right, elections. Now I've probably got the bug here, which gives still an effect that gives me extra people. Let's check this out. Leaders. Yeah, that guy's new. I think that guy's new as well. Right, so I scrap those if they don't become the leader of the nation. It would actually be pretty disastrous if this Shuglam guy were to be elected, because he's nervous. He has minus 20% to naval capacity. He's one of my governors. I'm even tempted to actually sack him to prevent that. Yeah, problem is he's a pretty good governor. I've been using him for tile blockers, clearing them because I get a small discount off them. You know what? I want to check this out. See, yeah, I can't take the risk. I can't support anyone because I don't have the influence. So I'm actually going to sack this guy who I've had for ages. So Shuglam, he's yeah, not great anyway. So fire leader, agree. Now will this remove him from here, it will. So this is a interesting technique. You could use this basically to get extra options or less options. You could guarantee who gets elected. I'm actually going to sack those people who turned up for free as well now, I think. So let's dismiss him and dismiss him. So who have we got left? I don't want Schlermer being elected, and he wasn't on here anyway. So the guy, I want him to actually be elected, the guy who was already in charge, I think. Let's find out what happens then. Okay. I'm not sure I'll do that every time with the elections.
Established. Research
the
complete.
Three guys. Oh, hang on a second. Looks like they've immediately come back. You have to have a certain amount in the list, it would seem. Right. Or it could be just to do with the game previously being a bit buggy with that and 1.21 fixing it. Right, Electra Prime, that was actually a colony on the go, so that's finished. Right, there isn't a better food tile that I want to move to shelter to anyway. Research is done. So we've now got access to droids, and I believe all of our robots are immediately upgraded to these as well. So these can actually colonize now. They get extra percentages to their modifiers, and I think they can get ethics, which you would get further bonuses from. They're not affected by happiness though, just like robots. We've got various options here. These crystal forged things are probably from those really good crystal entities from earlier on. I wouldn't mind having them because they give extra hit points, I believe. But yeah, I won't pick those up yet. What I really wanted here was cruisers, but it's not on the list. I probably don't need that, arguably. Cause I've got to keep. Well, I'm worried about money issues if I get that. So that's 4.5. I think I'll pick up the plasteel armor, but I am actually using armor at the moment because, yeah, the shield situation with these. They've got a ton of anti-shield weapons, so wouldn't mind some more armor, perhaps. Okay, this is recently colonized as well. Let's make that. Get a couple of robots. Or just, well, a droid, I should say now. So if we check these as well, that's still a robot, actually. So I thought it was automatically upgraded. Maybe it's not. I have to have another look.
Construction later. Complete.
Okay, Ambisia did something on the surface queue. That's looking good. That is actually ready to turn over as well, but I don't have the influence to do all these things. The next thing, I'm actually going to colonize now here. At least I thought I was. Oh. Our current stance on xeno interference prohibits us from colonizing this world. I didn't realize that. So I need to change that if I want to colonize. I guess I need to figure out if I want to do that. I took a minute out to refresh my memory. I had to look on the wiki to see what effects this will have. Basically, I lose 5% happiness from all of my population that are xenophile. And since I've been colonizing a lot with xenophile Miseleons, this will affect quite a bit of my population. It probably won't lead to rebellions though, it's only one thing, so it will reduce my resource output a tiny bit. But nabbing that planet, it's a huge planet, size 22, and the primitives actually give a ton in society research, so I would love to do that. Over the next 10 years or so, I'm going to want to grab a lot of primitive worlds probably, and then I can turn this policy off back to active study. I could even invade some primitives, and I am a tiny bit tempted to, especially with, I think it's these guys who are tundra colonizers. They're on that world there. So yeah, I'm tempted to do them, but I probably won't because it lowers diplomatic relations. Yeah, I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize this relationship until we're stronger than them, probably, or nearly as strong. And yeah, they're doing rather well, it would seem, so far. Right, let's unrestrict things then. So back to policies, unrestricted, yes. And if we go into silver, for example, and find a xenophile like that one, you can see, yeah, -5%. If we have any Fanatic xenophiles, it's going to be even worse, but I doubt we have. Right, let's get back to colonizing that world then. So, which is the best food and only food tile? That's the best food tile currently. Sadly, there's a mineral there, but be good later term. Right, let's get going again. This election shouldn't be too far off. I think I'm going to save up now to do Takavan next. So I need... how much is that? I can't even remember. 40 I need, right. After the governor. Right, that colony ship's in place. Both of those are ready to turn over pretty much, so I need to get even more colony ships out.
Situation log updated.
Right, new ruler mandate. Banog has been elected as president of the Miseleon Independent New Territories. So he is the previous leader. I thought his percentage was pretty low, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure now that you don't automatically get the same guy if he completed mandate. So I've seen it not happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets some sort of bonus it doesn't tell you about. Right, okay. Let's check the leader screen. I'm gonna sack the guys that were free. So that guy and that guy. Oh, he wasn't the same guy. Did I misread that then? I must have done. Right, so sack him. He was my admiral, so I need to hire a new admiral now. With this guy though, he was my previous leader. I'm actually going to rename him. Okay, I can use that guy against the Pirac later with my armies, but he's not much use yet. Can I put him there now? Don't think I can. Right, what is this? Valhalla Prime. Finished something. Food, was it? Let's move that there. Okay, yeah, I get a -5%, and yeah, even, well, it's under 40 there actually because of wild storms. Could potentially have issues here. Very, very minor issues. Right, we've got a new mandate as well, so it's orbital research stations. I'm not even sure if I actually have any. So that constructor, I think there's one there I can grab. There's some energy there, which is now within my territory. When I can hire a scientist, I can find out what's there, and maybe there's some science there. I think I might be able to disband a science station and then rebuild it, potentially. That's one way I could get the mandate done. I haven't tried doing that before, but I assume it's possible. Might be worthwhile doing as well, actually. To get
Construction complete.
Okay, silver finished. It's making whatever ships it was making. Ton of destroyers by the look of it. Let's make some more corvettes. This world I've just upgraded with the last of my influence, basically, so we're getting a capital tile built there, and I can turn that over then eventually. Yeah, I'm waiting on more influence so I can actually get some colony ships out and actually be able to colonize. So I'm really hoping I can get this mandate coming up now and get some extra influence. I'm recording this part of the video on a different day, and there's actually been a tiny update. So we're now on patch 1.22, I believe it is, or maybe 1.212. And the only notes on it were fixing of some bugs, some crashes, and something to do with war score, the AI not making peace. So shouldn't be any different really. Right, let's get going again then. Let's pause and see how we do. See what happens. I've got a constructor making I think some research up there, so I need that for the mandate. Let's get, oh, what's going on here? Jesinax. Ooh, that's interesting. They've entered a defensive pact with the Tebran Dominion. So yeah, these guys over here will probably be in a war against them. I'm gonna get a constructor ship over to a research resource, like over there for instance. I might have to scrap some of them to actually get the mandate working or finished. Vassalization request. The Union of the Urum have been vassalized by the Mesh Ben. Okay. Right. A lot of things going on there then. I don't think it really affects me too much though, in theory. Okay. These guys, even though I rivaled them, they still haven't rivaled me back, probably because of distance issues. They're still wary of me. At least they're not unfriendly or hostile. That's good for me though. Okay, that research station was built. Right, let's disband this. Okay, and I'll get that constructor to remake it, and hopefully this will count towards getting the research mandate. That's 0-4. Okay, that's I thought I completed one. Yeah, I might not be able to complete this, but we'll see.
Construction complete.
Okay, silver spaceport finished. Let's keep on making. I forgot. More destroyers, more corvettes, basically. Okay, one destroyer and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use up some of the minerals. Right, that's done. Let's get the orbital food one there. There's one robot built here. Let's make another one. A droid, I should say. Okay, mining station made there.
Colony established.
Right, we've finished this colony, and this is the one with primitives on it. Encounter with primitives. Our new settlements on Electra Secundus have come into contact with the primitive Stone Age aliens native to this world. There have already been several violent confrontations, and we need to establish a policy on how to deal with them. We can fortify our settlements into enclaves and limit them to remote regions where few aliens live. This will severely limit the land and resources available to our colonists. Another option is to relocate the aliens to special reservations, where they can be kept isolated from the rest of the colony. This would still limit the available land, but not nearly to the same extent. So, I actually don't want to herd primitives into reservations. I want a lot of these primitives because, and I'll be able to show you this in a second. They exist in these, well, if I'd limited the reservations, there would have been less of these, which have just popped up. And you can see here, there's a +3 for adjacency of these. So that tile, for example, will get +3 society. And some of these tiles, which are adjacent to a couple or more, will get an even bigger bonus. So that one would get +6 from that one and that one. Diagonals don't count, of course. So I should be able to get a lot of extra society research here eventually. Right, but first things first, let's make a robot droid, I should say, or two. One there, and yeah, let's stick another one in the list. So that should, hopefully, once I get that up and running, really give us a ton of extra society. Now, it looks like I've got up to 30 influence, so this colony ship that I had here, I should get it colonizing here as well, so that's 30, and the best food tile is that one with no minerals. Okay, and I should probably get another colony ship out, because those two worlds are both ready to turn over, I think. There isn't one I want there though, so I can't make one there. Let's make it here. Okay. And I should also get the spaceport up as well, so I can get modules on that new colony. Also, get it up and running more quickly. Right, influence, really bad. Gonna have to spend another 30
Construction
or
complete.
60 maybe on a couple more colony ships, because since I want to turn those over soon. Silver's surface Q just finished, and that was actually the capital tile, so I've actually got an extra influence. So all of a sudden we've got quite a bit incoming here. Science wise, 3 months away from that. Fleet is getting stronger all the time. Let's check this situation out with power. So yeah, we're still ahead of the Pirac. We are getting close to the point where I'm definitely considering going after them now.
Construction complete.
Possibly I might want to take worlds here, so I have to factor that into whether or not I'm going to be colonizing more perhaps, but we'll see. Takavan finished the surface queue. I've pretty much updated every single tile I can here, put something in the list, so yeah, that world is basically done now. And I've also stuck a ton in the list to be upgraded on the capital. All of the science I've upgraded, so I'm out of minerals again. Right, let's get going. Okay, that station finished. Let's check this out. So we do have one built on a mandate. Let's check this situation out now then. I'm wondering if I lose one off the mandate if I disband the research station. So let's find out. Disband, agree, and come into here. Yeah, you do. Okay. So what I could do with this situation, since it goes up when you make one, I could disband 4 science stations and then just remake them, and then I should complete it. That's what I think I'll do. So I've got to find 4 to disband, basically. So there's one there, I'll do. There's one here, I'll do. And right, let's disband that. Okay. So I need 2 more. Let's find one's nearby, basically, is it? So do Avarice. Let's do that one. And there's another one in here. Guess I'll do that one as well. Okay. Right, that took me by surprise. So I'm actually -3 now. That really doesn't work. So Paradox has really got this figured out. There's no way to get around this, basically. You can't disband and remake them to get that mandate. So I've just cost myself a ton of science and a ton of production. Oh well, I'm not going to get a ton of extra influence from this mandate then, unless I can find more territory and that has research that I can make research stations on.